Well, hello, friends, and welcome to Tip Tuesday. If you are new around here or don't know what's going on, Tip Tuesday is the day I come and give a tip to all of my current law students, bar takers, and attorneys. So, in continuing on with the theme of the last video of time management, today I want to introduce to you the 45-15 method. This is something that I personally did in studying in law school, and it was very, very helpful for me. I think I got this idea. It was like some article that came out a while ago saying that your brain only has a certain amount of time that it's going to be focused. And so I wanted to adapt that to law school. I think it was like 15 minutes of focus. Well, this I couldn't do it. So I did 45, 15. And so let's get right into it. Okay. So this, like I said, it factors into our time blocking. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. I show you how to time block your entire week if you're doing it for a semester or not entire week. I just show you how to do it for the entire semester if you're doing it for school, and then as well as the work week if you're a practicing attorney, or if you want to take a deeper dive and zoom in closer to your law school schedule. This is what you will be doing the 45-15 method with your colored space. So, how do you do this? So basically what 45-15 is a time cycle. So basically what I would do is I would study for 45 minutes and then I'll take a 15-minute break. Now on my days where I had, endless study time, I would just cycle through this hour after hour after hour after hour. Whatever I put down on my planner to do for that day, I would do that with the 45-15 method. So let's break that down. What do you do with your 45 minutes? During these 45 minutes, I had no devices and I make sure this was timed. So I had a physical timer. I went to the Dollar Tree, got me one of the physical timers, put 45 minutes. I like because it actually made a noise when I was done. And I didn't have to touch my phone to turn it off or turn it on. Also with my phone, I put my phone on D&D and I made sure my phone was not in view, whether that was in my bag, under the table, under a chair, somewhere. I just did not want to see it. I didn't want to grab it. So when I looked up, when I had the urge to grab my phone wouldn't be there. So during this 45 minutes, I would be studying. And so that consisted of reading, either getting prepared for the week or rereading something, doing case briefings, multiple choice questions, essay questions, notes or note cards, or the reviewing notes, creating notes, all that kind of stuff. And when my timer went off, I immediately went into a 15-minute break. I did not go over. I immediately stopped what I was doing, went to a 15-minute break. That was also timed. I put a timer on my phone, a little alarm, and what I did in that 15-minute time window was got away from my study area. I completely left my study area. No matter what I was doing, if I was just sitting down chilling, whatever, I got away from my study area. So during that time you can take a walk, you can do a stretch, you can go talk to a friend, call somebody, have a snack, grab some water, anything you can do just to refresh yourself, get your brain just taking a break from what you're doing. Some things I want you to remember when you're implementing the 45-15 method is that you can always adjust the time slots to fit your needs. If you are a 30-15 person or a 15-10 person or a 50-10 person, whatever works for you, go ahead and have your ratio set up for whatever you would like to do. Just make sure that you are picking a time where you can be focused and not get super interrupted. So 45 minutes for me was enough to like get into what I was doing and not be in the middle of something or at a place where it was clunky or chunky to stop what I was doing. I want you to hold yourself accountable to sticking to your time limits. If you're doing 45-15, 50-10, 30-30, whatever your time limits are for each of these things, I want you to hold yourself accountable. If you're going to study for 45 minutes, be focused for those 45 minutes. You're going to take a 15-minute break, take a 15-minute break. If you're having a conversation with someone saying, hey, I know I started this conversation. I really want to get back to this conversation, but I really have to prioritize my studying. I need to get back to it. Maybe talk later. Whatever you need to do, hold yourself accountable to those time limits. Another thing, do not judge yourself on how much you are doing in those 45 minutes. Don't say, I've been here for 45 minutes. I should have this, and this, and this, and this, and this done. Be realistic with yourself. The goal for this method is for you to retain information that you're going over. That's the most important part, y'all. You have to retain the information that you are going over. It doesn't matter how long you are studying. If you are not retaining the information, if you're just powering and bulldozing through it, not taking pauses, not taking breaks, it's not going to be helpful. It's going to be very counterproductive. When you're in law school studying for the bar, you're not just learning information. The days that you're just learning what something is on paper are over. That's back in undergrad or in your master's program or your PhD program, whatever it was before you got to law school. Law school is about one, learning what it is on paper, but also knowing how to apply it, right? And that takes a lot of work to get used to. So we're not going to say, oh, it's 45 minutes, you should have like 30 pages read by now. That's very unrealistic. Sometimes cases could be as short as 1 page, and that takes you a long time to read because it's in fucking old English, right? Or the concepts in it are so vast and grand that you need a lot of time to just chew on it and mull it over. So when you're using your 45-minute window or whatever window you're using for studying, make sure that you're going at a good pace, and a good pace is not too slow to where you're wasting your time and spending way too much time on one thing. But you also do not want to go so fast that you are not catching all of the details that are important to what you are doing. All right. So the goal is to retain information and to be productive, right? That's what we're doing the 45-15, so that you have your time where you're focused and the time where you're recovering your brain from what you are doing. Think of it as an exercise. You can do a circuit over and over and over again, but usually they have you take little breaks in between. And maybe if you're doing like a circuit where you're doing different exercises over and over again, you may do one round, take a break, and do another round, take a break. We're doing this with our brain muscle. Okay, we're working our brain muscle out. We don't want to overtax ourselves. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests for content that you would like to see, especially any concepts that you're struggling with, or that you and your friends want to see a video on, maybe you're talking about the rule against perpetuities, which no one ever talks about or uses after the bar, but maybe you're stuck on that and you need some help. Maybe you need some help with negligence or con law, something, whatever. Who cares? I want to know all of the things because I do care. Not who cares, but I would like to know if you're struggling with anything. It doesn't matter what you're struggling with. I would like to help. And with that being said, I will let y'all back to the rest of your day, the rest of your week. Have a great one. And I hope to hear from y'all soon. Bye, y'all.